guys to our Android or to our first Android application development tutorial for beginners. And before we start, I have to introduce myself. My name is Ahmed and I am the co-founder of Anaconda Corporation, a very small company for developing Android apps, and we will announce for our new application very soon. After 6 months we will publish our first Android application on the Android Google Play Store. Okay, before we start, I have, or you expect me to tell you how to download Android Studio and then how to install the Java JDK and how to configure the Android Studio to be ready for developing Android applications. But you know, there are thousands of tutorials telling you how to install the Android Studio, which is applications that we are going to use to develop Android apps. We are not going to use Eclipse. So you know, you can go and watch these videos for how to install the Android Studio and how to configure it. And before we start, we are not going to need an emulator, because I will tell you how to use your device for developing Android or for testing Android application. Okay, in this tutorial what we are going to do is I will teach you how to make a new project in Android, and I will give you an introduction to different kind of files in Android Studio. Before we start, have to make a new project. Press File and then New Project, and then name it let us say Salma, and then Next, and choose the phone and tablet and the Jelly Bean, and then Next, and blank activity, and then Next, and then Finish. Okay, okay, and then we have to wait for the new project. Okay, and now we are ready to go. Before we start, look at this side of the screen and you will see a folder called App, and in this folder you have another folder that called Manifests and Java and Resource. Okay, Manifest and Java and Resource, and those three folders will have all the code and all the photos and all the sounds that you are going to use in your application here in those three files for now. Okay, starting with the manifest file or the Android manifest.xml file, and in this Android manifest, what is the importance of Android manifest file? For now too, we will know another importance or another benefits for the Android manifest in the upcoming tutorial, but for now the usage of Android manifest is if you want to make a new Java class and a new Java XML file. Let us say you need a new XML file. Let us call it Flappy Bird, for example. You have to declare this new XML file in this manifest file before starting to work on it. If you didn't declare your new XML file that you are going to make here in the manifest file, you know, the project will not run. So if, let us say, you want to make a new XML file, add a new XML file to the project, let us call it whatever, press the resource new and then Android resource file, which is an XML file. Okay, let us name it Salma. Okay, and then okay. This XML file, if you try to connect it with your Java class without declaring it in the Android manifest, it will give you an error. So in a brief, what is the Android manifest importance for now is every single class you are going to make, you have to declare it first in this activity part. If we look here, we will see that Android name and then our class name here, okay, and then here Android label and then our project name. So if you are going to make a new class which is called Salma and connected with this XML file, you have to declare it here in the manifest file in the activity part here. Yani, let us say Android name and then equal and then 2 commas and then Salma and then Android label and then Salma, our project name, and you are ready to go. If you didn't do these steps before working on the new class and the new XML file, it will give you an error. Okay, the second part is the Java class. Here the Java class is or the importance of the Java class is that you write the code, you write the functions, you write everything that your application going to do in this Java class. Let us say that you want to make a button and you want to make a function for this button. If you press it once, it plays a sound. So you will add the button in the XML file, and we will say what is the XML file after 2 minutes, and then you make the function for this button here in the Java class. So, or you make the button works or make the function you want it to make in this Java class. Okay, you want to play a sound in your program, you will code here in the Java class. You want your program to display an image, you have to declare this in the Java class, and you have to code the function for displaying the image in this Java class. So let us in brief say that this Java class is responsible for the code part, for all the functions for that your application is going to make. Okay, third here is the resource file, and here you will find drawable and layout and menu and values and XML. For now we will say informations about the first 2 folders, which is drawable and layout. Okay, in this drawable you put all the image you are going to use in your application. Here, if you made a simple application on Android Studio and you run it on your mobile phone, you will see an icon like an small Android robot. If you didn't put a customized Android icon for your app, you will see this robot. And here in this drawable file, you see the photo for the icon of your app, which is for now this Android robot. Okay, and looking at us like that. And this layout here you add all the XML files related to your project. But you tell me XML file, XML file, XML file. What is the XML file? Okay, an XML file is, like you see here, is the part of the Android Studio that you can put buttons, where you can put buttons, image views, image button, or to customize how your application will look like, or to make the graphical user interface for your application. Let us say that you want the user, when he runs your application, to see an image saying hello. In this XML file, you will put an image and you will write hello on it, or a customized photo with hello on it, or whatever. So if you want to build buttons, you put it here in the XML file. Anything that is related to the graphical user interface, we make it here in the XML files. And if for example, if you want to add a button, there are two ways to add a button to your application. First, here you see this button word here. Just drag it and put it on your XML file, and then now if we run this application, we will see an Android app, and when we open it, we will see this new button, just like you see it now. Okay, or there is another way, which is here, to add a button to, and by code. Okay, button, and then okay, to add a button by code, which is opening a bigger than bracket, and the screen will not pop up. Okay, let us say for now wrap content and wrap content. Okay, and here is another button that added to our application. So there is two ways to add a button. The first is to drag from here and put it here on your XML, or the second way by code, opening a bigger than, and then button, and then wrap content. But you have to focus here. You can't add a button, or you can't add a button by code and write it with a small, write the word button. You can't write the word button starting with a lowercase letter. It will not work. You have to write it in the uppercase way. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to introduce some of the widgets, and the widgets is the things that you add to your application to make your applications looks beautiful, or to make your graphical user interface looks more friendly. Okay, and in these widgets we have a lot of things. We will know for now from the plain text view to the progress bar, and this we will know it later. This plain text view is a widget to display text on the screen, and there is three sides, which is large text, medium text, and small text. And then this button widget is to add button to your application. We will later make some function for the button to make it play sound, or to make any function you want. Okay, and then radio button is like a check button, like this in the installation of the program, when you see the license agreement and you have to check a box and accept the license, this is what the radio button. Okay, the same is the checkbox, but the radio button is like circle one and the checkbox is like this Nike slogan here. Okay, then the toggle button, which is a button that changes between two states, on and off. If you press it once, okay, the sound will be off. If you press it again, the sound will be on. So it is a button used if you want to make a button that has two functions, like if you want to disable or enable the sound for your application. And then the image button is the button, or displays a button but with an image. Okay, and here is the image view, and this image view is used in your application if you want to view an image for the user. Okay, this progress bar is like the loading bar that you see in the games. For example, game is loading. They use this progress bar to make the loading bar for a game or for an application or for anything that needs loading. And there is also three sides of this progress bar or the loading bar, which is large, normal, small, and horizontal. Okay, so this is for now. I gave you a brief about the most important files in the Android Studio that is related to your application. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me and write a comment in the comment section below. And please, if you have any negative point or positive points about the video, write in the comment section below, and I will try to improve or to make it better next time. So that's it for today, and I see you next tutorial.